Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you want one quick question?
we can't ask Rashad question.
Hey, Rashad. All right, now we're on Zoom. And now go ahead with your questions.
just give her something.
It was good. I think we had a good showing on the defensive end, and that's always key for us because that's where we've struggled in the past. Because it gets exhausting when you're constantly taking the ball out the rack, out off the hoop, excuse me. So I think we did well on the defensive end, and then it got us open looks and easy, like in rhythm shots on the offensive boards and on the offensive side. So we just took what the defense was giving us, and then we kind of went from there.
You guys were plus 11 on the glass too. Obviously, you had the huge rebounding game. How important is that going to be for you just because you guys try to chase another championship here? Huge. And obviously, I think teams watch our scout and they see that we're very poor in that way. So sometimes they're going to send a lot of people to the glass and challenge us there. So if we can get these rebounds as much as we can and be a plus on that end, it's going to help us out in the long run a lot because it's somewhere that we're not best in. But that's just a want factor. No one can teach you how to rebound the basketball like that. You just have to want to go get it. So I think we're slowly starting to get our want factor for that type of yeah, I mean, we got Jackie getting 6, like we're getting our guards involved as well, which is so big. So yeah, I think that's going to be good for us later on down the stretch.
Did you have something? Okay. All right, Terrell, and then Callie.
Asia, at various points last season, we kind of talked to you about finding that zone, whether it was 20-point stretches, whether it was the 50-point game, and you said you were still waiting for that outer body experience. Just considering with the way that this season has gone for you so far, are you still in search of one of those moments?
Yeah, I want the moments like in the movies, like when I like vision gets blurry and it's just like me in the hoop. I'm waiting on that because I have definitely not had that. But I'm honestly just so grateful that the preparation that I put in the off season is coming into fruition. Is that a word? Fruition? Yes. Now, I promise you I got a degree in South Carolina. But no, it's coming to life, and that's what I'm very proud of. I mean, the points and then the rebounds are going to come. Yeah, they're going to go too. But am I doing what I need to do to help my teammates get a win? That's my biggest thing. How can I be productive on both sides of the basketball? So I don't think I've had my out of body experience yet. But it'll be cool if I had one.
Can't wait for that night.
I know, right? That's what I'm just saying. But no, I just honestly just take what the defense gives me and I just have fun in it.
Asia, two for you, if that's okay. When you sat down with Carolyn and Krista for that post-game interview, you took like this kind of shaky exhale breath. What are the words behind a breath like that? 'Cause it's not like it wasn't a close win. You were dominant, but that breath, that exhale that you took seemed kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it.
Games stress me out. So like I feel like and especially early games, because I don't have all day to decompress and like get ready for it. So early is like you wake up and you're like, all right, time to go on the basketball court. And that's a lot. And so for me, when I have those moments to just like exhale and just be in the moment and reflect on what just happened, whether it's a win, whether it's a loss, whatever, those are the moments that I hold on the most because they don't come by often during the season because I'm constantly thinking about 10 other minds in my locker room or Becky and everyone around. So when I'm in that moment and I can just kind of exhale in it and stay in the moment, I don't take those for granted at all. So it wasn't like a drag exhale. It's more so just like a, ooh, I'm at peace. We did his thing. And now we're ready to go home.
Got it. Thank you. And then secondly, you joined Candace Parker tonight as the only players in WNBA history with the 40-50 game, like 40 points, 15 rebounds. And I know normally those kind of niche stats don't matter much to you, but when it's somebody like Candace Parker, who I know you admire so much, does it count a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm trying to boot Candace out these record books. No. I mean, it just goes like Candace is everywhere, man. I feel like I see her like every time you're in something, it's like last person, Candace Parker. And like when you're talking about greatness, that's Candace in my eyes. And I've just been so grateful, honestly, to call her my teammate. So when I see my name up there alongside hers, I feel like I'm on the right path. Because if I can have just the half a career that Candace has had, and the way that she just kind of grew with the game and always brought something back different. When people counted her out, she always showed up and was like just reminding people who she was. Like when I see my name up with hers, I'm like, all right, I'm doing something right, God. Thank you. So I'm just going to continue to be on this path. And yeah, we're just going to see where this goes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Matthew and then Janetta.
Hey, Asia, I wanted to ask, I know the other day Callie asked you about your white t-shirts, and I wanted to know, since you started wearing them, and you talked a little about just like not having to think about what you're wearing to the game. Have you felt like in these last couple games that you've been wearing them, your mindset has changed, or there's been something new or different since you started going to the white t-shirts? Or is it just you're like, I'm trying to get rid of this extra stuff and be myself?
Yeah, I feel like just a chunk of my mind is not worried like, oh, is my heel gonna break? Oh, am I gonna trip in my heel? Oh, is this gonna happen? Like wardrobe malfunction while I'm walking for 10 seconds. Like I feel like people don't, now my mind is like, I don't have to think about that anymore. So I really just show up and Sunny here just drags my bag and I'm just literally showing up for work. That's it. And so does my mindset change? Not as much when it comes to approaching the game, but just not putting on clothes. Yeah, that's always a good feeling. I'm a cozy girl, so if I ain't got to put on nothing, I don't put on nothing.
When this conversation took a turn.
Because I don't put on like.
Okay,
outfits.
I feel like you should stop talking. So now do you think you can follow it up?
Asia, you kind of answered it right there. I was going to say, you're carrying a very heavy load. Do you kind of feel like that mentally, that you are carrying a heavy load? Do you feel overwhelmed at all?
No, not really. I get to play basketball. Like that's my sanctuary. That's my peace. So if I'm stressed out in my sanctuary, oh my God, we got bigger plans and bigger problems. So yeah, no, I don't really take a mental toll on a lot of things because at the end of the day, it's a game. And if I can just have fun within that and seeing my teammates celebrate and be happy, I can't really harp on my mental side. But my mental toughness has increased. I've definitely been mentally tough because a lot of these games I feel like I would have folded if I wasn't mentally tough. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I get to play basketball, so I'm happy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Put clothes on for the plane.
Yeah, I'm
please.
putting on clothes, I promise.
Put on clothes for the plane.
Not really.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Yeah, we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.